Mayhem is coming to Madison. Watch the rest of the podcast for all the details, all the fun stuff we're going to be doing, and how we're going to celebrate the community in Madison. MayhemInMadison.com or MayhemInMadison23 on Instagram. Remember?
That's right. We don't need a timer because we know that Angelo's got a heart out. He's going to go train. There's so much to talk about, man.
Angelo's got to pull out at around 10.
That's right. And
Okay.
there may be
The first time for everything.
Hey, this is a perfect lead into the uncancelable shirt.
Uncancelable.
It's
Let's test it right there.
Angelo's shirt dropped. Do you feel? This is actually a totally random question.
Is this your first shirt?
I mean,
We had the independent shirt. You guys have a team shirt. But
yeah, and I had like my game shirt back in the day.
Did anybody buy those though?
My family did.
I got one.
Okay. Did anybody buy those?
You always had one. I think
Okay.
they made you have one.
I think they gave me one.
I always wanted to ask this also of Bridges back in the day, but like, do you feel now like it's pressure to keep a mustache for the rest of your life?
No.
I talked to Josh and he kept that or keeps that for a long time because of that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, his is a rogue shirt. Ours is like I mean, I like our shirt, but like at least it's in, like you said, it's like state-run media. We can make that shirt again next year.
Just
We
put
can
a
just
firefighter.
we could
Maltese cross. Here
yeah, we
instead.
could just delete the mustache and say, yeah, what mustache? We never had one on there.
just shave it off.
We only canceled the mustache. There's a lot to talk about. CrossFit,
Lots to talk about. What are we going to talk about first?
Well,
What do you want to talk about first?
I'm really excited about what we're doing in Mayhem as Mayhem athlete, and so, but there's so many paths to go down. So we could talk about the team, final training, the athletes, or we could get right into that and try and do some like clarifications. Promotion clarifications.
Promotion clarifications. There you go.
all right.
Do that one.
Well, I guess first I'll put you on the spot here. Good, bad, or otherwise, there's lots of people who like. There's obviously we are an official sponsor of the 2023 Noble CrossFit Games, and it's a lot of chatter. But in your words, like, why would you do it?
I mean, why not? It's the kind of culmination of the year with CrossFit. It's a chance for everybody to get together. I mean, obviously, we're celebrating the athletes. It's been something that's been a huge part of my life for the past 14 years, 13 years. I always get that mixed up.
I think you're 14-year affiliate at least.
Oh, yeah, affiliate-wise, but I'm just talking about competing-wise. And so I think, we don't have the affiliate gathering like we used to. I think this is a really good time to, like, get together. It's be the first year that I'm not competing, and so I'll be able to hang out a little bit more. And so we figured why not. We always do the campground thing. We always do kind of hang out anyway, so why not just make it bigger and better? And the one way to do that was to sponsor it / pay CrossFit to do that.
Yeah, and the huge clarification is like we are not involved in programming. Like
No,
that
whatsoever.
was the only.
We're actually not even in the venue. We're in the campground.
That's
They're
right.
like, yeah, you can have the campground. There you go.
It's us.
Like
You said, it's on
us.
brand, man.
Yeah.
It's like
Yep.
it's where we've been for the last since we moved to Madison, really.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the breakdown. There's I guess the most important thing to lead with is by the time this video publishes, MayhemInMadison.com will be published.
Okay.
That has this is what it looks like. It's
Mayhem in Madison.
really slick. It's got the schedule. It's got the benefits of the Mayhem Athlete VIP band, and just all the general information you would need. Or we took the Mayhem Freedom account and we changed that temporarily to Mayhem in Madison 23 on Instagram.
Nice.
So those are the two places that Instagram account and
Keep you up to date on
MayhemInMadison.com.
what's going on, man. We got some cool stuff.
I think it's awesome. And like just kind of pivoting off of what you said, you've got 13 years as a competitor, an affiliate owner, a member of the community, plus like all the collective kind of passions of people in our organization who came from different places who are, by the way, flexing really hard right now. And we kind of put that into the way I see it is we all kind of were like, well, what would I want if I was a spectator at the games? And we made an experience, not just like a show up and,
hang out.
show up and wave.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm super excited about it. The basics are these, and then you ask me questions, or we can move on. We can do FAQs.
I'll ask you questions.
But the basics are these. The entire campground is the Mayhem Athlete campground.
Yep.
In it, you will find a gym. So classes on a daily
Yep.
basis. We got actual CrossFit classes, open gym. Sage will be
Specialty
there.
stuff, yep.
Pamela will be there. I heard Coach B might make an appearance.
Nice.
Hinshaw might make his way down there. It's going to be like from 8 p.m. till at least 6 p.m. It's going to be jam-packed. So if you want to get a workout in, I always hated having to go somewhere.
Yep. It'll be right on site.
So on-site gym where you can come kind of hang out. And while we've only got a couple times where you'll actually be guaranteed to be there, I know that Froning's a psycho.
Yeah, I'll work
and
out some.
he will be showing up from time to time just to work out. In addition to that, we've got the lounge.
Yeah, what's the lounge?
Okay. So the lounge is a waypoint. So just like in years past where we've had RVs and like in the middle of it, there was just a place to chill. And it was mostly athletes and just like literally people from Cookville. Yeah. This is going to be open to everyone. Like, don't even have to have the wristband to be there, but there'll be live streams of the games. Most importantly, we're bringing like our pit master from the Train with Rich programs.
Yep.
And so there'll be
Jason
really
will be there cooking brisket.
Jason's like, and the brisket at Train with Rich is
incredible,
next level. So cooking food, selling food, that'll be one of the major benefits to VIPs is you'll have a discount on food, but it's a place to chill. So games, hang out, food, from time to time, free snow cones, a couple bennies like that. And then we'll just be giving out things like it's our job. We're doing live shows every night. Is that
live podcast? Yeah.
Okay.
You can jump on when you want to. I know you're going to be kind of busy, but we can do some recaps at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So on a nightly basis, we recapping the day in the lounge.
Yeah.
And just giving things out like it's our job.
What kind of stuff are we giving out? You know, do you have a list of
tons
stuff?
of Yeti swag, like including nice coolers, like some of their dope lawn chairs, which are like $400 or $500, $300. We've got actual Pit Boss grills, so like griddles and grills that people can either walk away with in Madison or we'll send them to your house.
Have to carry it to
TBD on what Rogue may have. Goruck's going to do a daily pack giveaway through us. RP is going to do year-long memberships. Airwaves throwing out swag. And that's just, I'm probably missing somebody. And then they'll also, most of those companies that I just mentioned, who if they're on site, they'll be doing like at their point of sale. If you're wearing a wristband, you get a discount. So pretty sick.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Specialized is going to come one morning, right? One of the mornings.
Specialized will actually be there for a bunch of hours, but you'll be involved in one. So yeah, those are like, we're calling those special events. There's Train with Rich or Surf with Rich. Or sorry, there's
Ride with Rich.
Ride with Rich.
And there's Surf with Rich.
And Surf with Rich.
Centurion's bringing a boat, and we're going to go out on a boat.
And here's cool. So the way that those work is...
Do I need to bring surfboards or do they have them?
They say they're going to bring them.
Okay.
But when you sign up when you're on site and you sign up to get a wristband, there'll be like little radio buttons that's like, hey, please include me in the specialized thing. Please include me in the Centurion thing. And then we'll randomly select from those groups of people who like express
interest. Those will be
interest.
randomly selected. Probably 10 people. Keep it pretty cool. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, dude. It'll be really fun. So we're doing anything and everything. And then just to walk through, ask me about the Mayhem.
There might be some wiffle ball games as well. We've talked about, I was telling Josh, we need to schedule like a wiffle ball game once or twice.
Hey, I was watching, sorry, this is on subject. I was watching 2019 behind the scenes.
Golf?
Yes. Yeah, you should go
get
golf. Play golf.
Golf was
clubs.
pretty fun. Yeah.
We're bringing your pickleball setup too.
Yeah, we got to find somewhere to do that.
I don't think we can open it to the public, but it'll probably happen like the gym floor is made for it. You
Who
know?
knows? Yeah,
okay.
That's true.
That may be campgrounders only, right? TBD.
Mm-hmm. What am I supposed to ask you?
Ask me about the wristband. Like,
what is the wristband? How does the wristband work?
Thanks for asking.
And what is it?
And
what do I get with it?
Well, I just kind of mentioned most of the things you get, right? So access to the gym is exclusive. Discounts are for wristband holders only. Lounge is open to everyone. But it's super simple, and I think there's been some confusion here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're not selling wristbands.
We're not selling wristbands. And yes, we're asking you to have a Mayhem Athlete account, but that also includes the free trial members.
Free trial. So
if you're on site, yeah.
Yeah, Scott. Question from the audience.
If they use that code right now that I have on that note, then they'll be able to save time in Madison.
Hold on, don't say it yet because
very top line of the note.
Well, there's different.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that's the digital code. You're right. So the code GAMES23.
GAMES23. Games, the number 23.
GAMES23 is what will give you a free month of Mayhem Athlete. So literally you can sign up for a month, and actually there's 7 days before that. So it'll be 37 days free, plus you get the wristband, and then you can do all the stuff on site.
Yep. Once you show up on site, you just show us that you've signed up, and then you'll get a wristband.
Right.
It'll be pretty easy.
And so I think like people, I don't know if it's too much of a point of pride if you're like, no, I'm super associated with my gym and I don't want to say that I'm Mayhem Athlete. Like, sorry, that's the cost of admission, but we're not charging you money. But we ask you at least for the weekend to kind of be part of that and get the wristband. So if you have to swallow your pride, sorry, but we think it's a really cool offering for what we're doing. Oh, dude, the plunge thing. Yeah, the plunge is really cool. One, every single day from Wednesday through Sunday, maybe even be Tuesday, from 3 to 4 p.m., plunge is closing down their activation in Vendor Village unless you have a wristband. So you can get in the sauna, you can get in the plunges. I'm sure you can do that all weekend long, but
It'll only be
Mayhem Athletes only for that hour. They are also, you have to go visit their booth for this, but they are doing $500 off as their discount, which I've never done, right? Like most time they'll do $100 off.
Yeah.
$500 off one of their units for Mayhem Athletes. And then also you can enter to win. Have you seen the Mayhem Athlete tub? It's a wrapped tub.
Why do I not have one of these?
Well, yes, it's a good question. You probably should. But somebody's gonna take that home from the games.
Cool.
So that's another
sweet.
free entry, and it's literally like it's all black with the Mayhem Athlete logo. It's really
Wow.
cool. Yeah.
Sweet.
That's really cool.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
that is awesome.
So, and I'm sure there's stuff I'm forgetting too. We're working out what Rogue said they're going to come on board with, probably some discounts, probably some giveaways as well. So I'm sure down to the wire, we'll
hang
do more
out,
stuff.
surf, ride,
Yeah.
Get free stuff.
get free stuff.
Everything we would want to do.
Yep.
And the hope is like, for you guys, you would probably use that as a waypoint anyways. So like,
Yeah.
hopefully it's a place where you can be comfortable too. But we also have the actual RVs. All right, that's my commercial.
Sweet.
If there's
It's a pretty good commercial.
yeah.
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 It's a pretty cool activity. I'm
it's gonna be
authentically
awesome.
very excited about it. It was when we conceptualized it, I think everybody was like, especially you, were like, it's big,
It's
right?
big.
It's
Yeah, it's a
big.
lot, which I think is cool. I think somebody told Hillary there was going to be a pool, and I text Josh and I said, "Are we doing a pool?" And he's like, "Well, we thought about it, but
That's
it's
my
going to be
idea.
too hard." And I'm like, "Yeah, I was thinking." I'm like, "It's going to get nasty."
That's
So
my
that was
idea.
apparently the one issue. Is like apparently it gets pretty gross by midday, and nobody wants to get in.
I'm not even gonna make a case for it because I don't want somebody else to do it. But next year,
Pool. All right.
yes.
All right. Deal.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
No, that was good.
And we'll answer
it needs to be
like
said.
Mayhem
you
and
said,
Madison.
Everybody
is-
thinks that, or apparently, I don't have social, but everybody was thinking that we were trying to sell something. We're not. Literally, all you have to do is sign up for a free month, and then if you don't like it, which I think you'll like it,
Yeah,
then you
you'll
can
like
cancel
it.
But
Yeah. And since you go to the games to buy stuff anyways, the discounts will be cool.
Yeah, exactly. And
and
then
we'll still be in Vendor
want this
Village.
for our Mayhem athlete, family, our community, and so
for
this
sure.
is kind of like a hangout and appreciation for that. Everything's free. Free.
Yeah.
Free.
There's some food there that will be sold for Jason and them to make, get some cost back. But other than that, everything's free.
And then if it wasn't clear, we will still also have Vendor Village, Froning Farms, and Mayhem Nation will be in the exact same spot they were at last year. If you guys were there, the new shirts are dope. Ironically, none of us are wearing them, but
I am.
oh yeah, you get the uncancelable shirt.
Yeah.
So we'll still be in Vendor Village if you are looking to buy Mayhem swag.
Cool.
And that is the two locations where you can get these bands: the Lounge, which should be really apparent where you get it,
Where do you just sign them up?
and
Yep.
Vendor Village.
Lounge and Vendor Village.
Yep.
That's where you're going to get your band earlier in the week.
Correct.
I mean, you can get it later in the week too. But
Anytime.
whenever you get there. Angelo,
What up?
how do you feel about everything that's been announced? What's been announced? Let's go with that. What should you be eating to reach your goals? The experts at RP Strength have it down to a science. Answer a few questions about your goals, activity level, and lifestyle, and the RP Diet app takes care of the rest. Get a year of nutrition help from RP Strength and RP Diet app for only $89.99 at www.rp.app/code/Froning.
Let's see.
A version of Helen?
Yeah.
Or does
for
it
the
say Helen?
individuals.
Oh,
It
okay.
says a version of Helen for the individuals and just everyone the butt team.
Okay.
Wait, everybody but team?
Everyone but team.
So you don't get to do Helen.
That's probably what I'm thinking is that it's going to be such a variation that we do that they're not really calling it Helen. I'm sure we might do a kettlebell swing and some pull-ups and some running, but it'll be kind of a little different.
I hope it's a dumble snatch versus kettlebell swing.
I think it's going to be a kettlebell. I think it's going to be
I
a
know
kettlebell
you're probably
swing.
right, but I
think it's gonna be
I
a
hate kettlebell swings
Kipping chest to bar pull-up.
for a competition movement. I don't hate
Yeah.
kettlebell swings for an accessory movement, but I hate it for a competition.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a little heavier kettlebell, and I think it's going to be a kipping chest to bar pull-up.
Cool. All right.
Who's
So
that guy?
Total.
oh, look at that guy with that bent right elbow.
Look at
That thing
you.
still didn't straighten. It doesn't straighten that great right now, and it didn't straighten back then. Look at that thing.
Yeah. Weightlifting total. Everyone.
Everyone. Only 2 attempts though.
2 attempts.
I don't love that.
Yeah.
Give you 5 minutes on each movement. Like if they want
Like-
you to show off, then
Well, the thing to me is that weightlifting is 100, maybe older than that, 100 years old. They've realized 3 attempts is what you need. They've tried it. They've done it, for years. 3 attempts. That works.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take people who don't really know. I mean,
well, here's the deal: is you're going to look from an outsider.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that event, and then I'm looking at this 5K.
Yeah,
you only get 2 attempts. We're already weaker than Olympic lifters, so it doesn't look that cool.
Exactly.
And then we're going to be slow on the 5K.
Exactly.
Compared to 5K.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yes, we always use
the
the argument that, well, we're faster than an Olympic lifter doing a 5K, and in a 5K, somebody who runs 5Ks lifting. But we don't have those people to show the difference. So it's like, let you guys lift some heavy weight. I don't know.
Like you said, give them the time. And I guess for the individuals, I understand that it's difficult to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
It would be cool. I mean,
it's not going to be fun to watch a 5K.
No, it's hard to. I think it'd be hard to do this time-wise, but
and
it
not
would be
to mention the gymnastic skills you guys probably are going to be doing are like very basic to most gymnasts. So that's why I like that CrossFit blends those things together, like in this circle graph, but into a workout.
Into one, do all that in a workout.
Into single modality tests. I just
if we had people jumping up on the rings, doing an iron cross and like swinging through and doing like a double backflip dismount, and be like, wow, those are, okay, I'll watch this. But like, you're going to see, I mean, maybe some strict bar muscle ups. Like, that's a possibility. We see some strict bar muscle ups. We're going to see people run a 5K. They're going to run maybe 6-minute miles at the best. And that's going to be last place.
Not to mention, most gymnastics tests or events are graded by a judge, not counted for reps. So,
for beauty, basically. It's supposed to be.
What are you going with, Ro?
For what it's worth.
I just want. This is me talking before, seeing it. So I don't know what it's going to look like.
So far, of like, if we think that this is going to be the scope of like 12 to 14 events, this has been typical in years past. They're already paying homage to many things from the past, right? So Helen is
it homage?
Homage. My dad's British, so
is
whatever.
Is there an H in there?
It's a silent H and a silent E actually. It'd be homage.
Homage.
There's a lot of nods
left
to the
be
past.
Desired.
Well, there's a lot left to be desired, but like for me, there's so 5K deadlift happened twice already, right?
Yeah, but that was on the ranch, and it was like through mountains and on a trail and whatever.
7K, excuse me. It was a 7.
Apparently, to the leaked stuff, it's going to be on a 5K
cross country
course, which has a time set, which has Olympian or like at least college runners on it. So it's not going to be that. I don't know.
Wait, sorry. Are you saying that back to like comparing your times versus them, or you're saying it won't be a hard course?
No, it's going to be a hard course.
Yeah.
But comparing your times to them, and then there's something but there's something cool about the ranch and like this is a cross country course. It's been like, I don't know.
All right.
I don't love it.
Maybe they'll fly them out of the ranch like they did in 2016.
Maybe they'll do that.
Maybe we're flying to the ranch. But I still think it's cool to go back to a real quick thought on the time comparison type thing. Like, that's not your approach to Leadville. You're not like all these bike specialists are gonna like it's not even worth doing.
Leadville's a completely different thing though.
But you're saying you're comparing yourself to specialists is the same thing as comparing yourself to like professional mountain bikers, right?
Now, kind of.
I'm a specialist now.
Oh my gosh! All right,
but this is
here's my point.
This is the CrossFit Games. That's me going to do something else.
So then, I guess the point then to that is
it's
the CrossFit Games, and we've seen 7K, multiple times throughout the years. And yes, it was at the ranch.
We've also the most programmed workout on CrossFit.com.
There you go. 5K run.
Yeah.
And the max lifting,
lazy,
the Olympic total.
It's kind of lazy, but
the Olympic total is somewhat like
early on in the days of like you had a hard day. You're like, you don't want to really coach today. Let's run a 5K. Let's have everybody run a 5K.
Or you didn't know what your warm up was going to be. You guys run 400. I'm going to think about this.
Sorry, go ahead, Rory. I'm just stealing your.
That's all right. No, but to my point is like there's a lot of history baked into this, which we knew was coming. Little twists on it, the Olympic lifting total versus what we've done in the past, which is different variations of the total. And then the gymnastic skills test, which you've done variations of in 12?
I just don't like it. I don't love it. Just my opinion.
I get it.
I think what is cool is that we actually have never done an Olympic weightlifting total, right?
No, I wish it was, like I said, give you 5 minutes to lift the snatch right into 5 minutes of a clean and jerk or something. Just to like
I was saying, I think for viewing, this would be difficult and time-wise it would be difficult, but it would be cool to do like a weightlifting session where like you have all the guys and then like how it works
that
is
would
you
take,
have
like,
all
4
40
hours or
guys.
whatever. The
Yeah,
bar
it takes
goes up, basically.
forever.
Yeah.
You have all the guys, and then you all declare your opener, and then whoever, they start this opener, and they just, I don't know if you ever watch a weightlifting session, but like it always goes up.
Yeah, it never goes down.
Yeah, which that would be cool. But I mean, what I'm saying is you need 3 attempts, or you need a time limit. 2 attempts is, I mean, I don't know.
Okay, last but not least, it's also like very, very traditional Castro to remind people, or fine if it's not, but he's involved now, right? But to remind people at its essence, kind of like what CrossFit's all about. So I know that like the sport has evolved and you guys can do incredible things. And I'm sure there'll be some other mixed modality tests that do that, but I think it's a good kind of like, the level 1 instructor in me is like,
It's
cool that you see this stuff.
You love it.
And it works well for the graph, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
like,
sure.
how else would you make a Venn diagram?
All right, what about your skills test? Where do you got on that?
Well,
You getting a score 9.5, like 10? Like how
All
we
the
doing
judges
that?
hold up their
We're
card.
doing it holding cards.
Let me
well,
see.
last time you did a max weight pull up, you did a distance handstand walk.
But is that a gymnastic?
Yeah.
If it's
Absolutely.
external weight?
Sure, it's. I
Isn't
guess
that
you're mixing.
weightlifting?
Fine, you're mixing them together. All right,
Just kidding.
but and then you did an L sit, right? And there was
Yeah.
there's 2 different years,
And then we softball tossed.
which I love.
I loved it too. I didn't hate it. No,
you
the
do-
skills challenge one year. I don't remember what they were. There was one was a med ball GHD
Med ball
toss
GHD for distance, yeah.
for distance, but not for distance. It was as many med balls as you could get out and spin them as fast as you could. There was the pull up, and then we had a snatch in there. Was one of the skills tests. That was one of the 3 skills tests.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there was the
It
L
wasn't-
sit,
Handstand walk.
and the
Oh.
throw.
I think you're mixing some 2011 and 2012
Yeah,
stuff.
there's mixed there,
Yeah.
but I can't remember.
Um,
not wearing shoes.
Oh, for the L sit.
Yeah.
Yeah, gangster move.
yeah.
And then throwing the ball 4 feet.
And a couple of athletes like maybe the heels touch them while the judge wasn't watching. And then coming back up.
We're good.
I think, let's see, I had a couple predictions. I know that Facundo, this is Facundo's prediction, I kind of was stealing it from him, was a handstand walk in a square. So, like, you handstand walk. Basically, you have 2 borders that you have to stay within, like a lane. You have a rectangle or a square lane. You kick up at one corner of it. You walk, and you always have to be facing the finish line the entire time until you come down at the same spot that you kicked up in. Like, maybe there's a start block at one corner. You walk forward, walk across, walk backwards, walk across again. When you get back to that start block, you're good.
Unbroken.
Unbroken, I would think. And we actually practiced that a little bit. And you can do it unbroken. You can do that unbroken. Like if it's like, I think we went 5 or 6 feet each way. And I would like to see that. It'd be cool to like handstand walk in a different direction. That's kind of one of the only things that I could think of that we haven't done. Like we've done the spins, we've done obstacles, we've done around things. We haven't done anything like in a square.
Love to
Like
see
NASCAR? Is it like
handstand,
NASCAR handstand walking, like for max laps or what?
No.
Yeah, we've done distance, we've done speed, we've done obstacles. I used to love like the funny one of like the Japanese game show is Tadashi's Castle. There's another one though where they did insane obstacle courses on their hands. That kind of stuff, it always impresses me. But that would be a cool variation of it. Maybe like a sled pull, you know?
In the gymnastics test?
Yeah, bro, a handstand walk.
So, a handstand walk sled pull.
Why
I did a
not?
sled push with a handstand walk at the APC years ago.
Really?
They had those sleds that you could you could push.
You just like put your feet on it and just walk into it.
What else have they announced? Anything else? Mountain bike.
Mountain bike. Yeah, a hard
I mean,
tail.
I'm for that. Other than those bikes are like the heaviest bike on the planet for a mountain bike, but still pretty cool.
I wonder if anybody got pump faked by that because it seems like that came in late as a sponsor or they were strategic about announcing it.
Yeah.
But I wonder if people are like, oh, there's no mountain bikes this year. No need to practice.
Yeah, I mean, there's some trail systems within. I use an app that shows kind of if I go somewhere, I can check out trails. So there's some trails within the area. I don't know if it'll be on trails. There's a kind of cart path, which would be kind of lame, but you were really big on that. You like that little path around the lake, basically.
For a guy like me,
Yeah,
you know?
where he just riding around with his basket ring in his belt. I mean, I would really like to see some people on trails. I think it would be funny, but.
And you said they're close by.
There are some close by. There's like the Madison
The only
something trail. Madison. It's like a rails to trails thing, but it connects to some like actual trail systems. So I don't know.
The only problem I have with like actual
This
trails,
is pretty specialized too.
yeah, is like a kind of like how you have up top the single track stuff where you can't pass.
Yeah. Yep.
And you get behind somebody who thinks they know what they're doing,
Yep.
and then they are walking or they're just slow.
Yeah.
And then they're holding them the whole time. So that's
I would agree with that. Yeah, that would be hard.
But
if you have an
you're right.
opener like where
if
you
it's
can,
open for a while and then
you
narrows
ride,
down
yep.
and kind of opens up again,
Yep.
that'd be one thing.
Yep. If they can figure out a track for that. Yeah, I mean, I would 100% agree with that it is very, mountain biking etiquette is if somebody's on your hip and you're slowing them up, that you let them pass on your right or left, whatever. But
Yeah, but if you're trying to win
in a race,
it's not
you're
really
gonna
going
be
to
blocking it up.
not much etiquette.
Right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty
That's pretty much all that's been
Helen,
announced.
Gymnastics skills test, 5K, Olympic total, bike. So 5 things have been announced.
So let me ask you this: do you get into like the let's do predictions and like really trying to figure it out, or does it not matter at all?
Yeah, I've been pretty into it.
And
this year,
then
more
would
so.
you alter? I mean, do you practice these things? Do you try and
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Like I've probably done more L-sit in the past 2 or 3 months than I have in my entire life. And I mean, that's not saying much. I haven't done much L-sit, but I will say that like I've always been able for a little while. I've been able to do press to handstands, and the amount of time I've spent in L-sit, my press to handstands are so much better because like my core stability in that that L-sit position is so much better. I can press up a whole lot better, which is kind of cool. It's like because I think Bailey was practicing it the other day, and I was like, oh, let me try this, and like it's way cleaner than it ever has been. So I mean, if that's the worst thing that comes out of it, that's pretty cool.
Sure.
So
Has to be an offsite event, right? I mean, athletes get in
Yeah.
the water at some point. We assume.
Since what years have they been? We've been in the water
11.
Since 11, yeah, since 11. So
I think you
You
have
would
to.
think, but
It'd be
anytime
cool.
we think you have to, they don't have to. So
I
I mean,
like-
honestly, I thought last year might have been the first time that we weren't in the water, and then they surprised us with the pool at Madison, which was cool. It was a
Yeah.
cool change.
I mean, I like the idea.
Maybe
I know
they'll
that
pay homage to 2013 and put some pull-up bars in the.
But like go to like
At
a
the pool
public
and they'll
pool,
do the bar
go to a
muscle up
public
thing.
pool and put some pull bars up.
Yeah,
If my
there's a
internet worked in
public
this
pool.
prison, I would find out the correct spelling of the correct.
There's. I think the internet's down.
It
Thanks
is.
a lot, Frontier.
I know that there's so much single modality already, like weightlifting.
Yeah,
and
that is
gymnastics.
tough. I would like for them to.
There has to be something mixed with a swim if there is going to be a swim. I think
you're right.
But I mean, I don't mind the idea. This is just me. I don't mind the idea of like having a day where you do a run, do a swim, do a bike, and like they can all be separate. I mean, it does favor the specialist,
But you've already kind of doing that. If
Yeah.
you're doing the 5K, the
And
lift,
then
and the gymnastics, then it's not, So
I think you can have I don't know what the ratio is. I think I was watching JR and Taylor and Brian were talking about like 1 year 2017 or 2018 was like a lot of single modality, but it ended up being like it was at the very front end, and then it got better as it went through.
mixed it in.
So like it can be cool if you do it the right way, I guess.
Paddleboard. They're telling us that paddleboards are a game sponsor, Isle Paddleboards, and then G-Shock is too.
Is
I don't
that
know
on
what
the website?
G-Shock thing does, but yeah,
Hey,
so I do remember actually seeing that or hearing that Isle Paddleboards was
Why is G-Shock being a sponsor important?
I don't know.
You might do
I
some
didn't
events
know.
for time, is what he's saying.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like they give you a watch for some reason. I don't know.
Dude, I actually really like G-Shocks. I hope they give us a watch. It'd be sweet.
you like them so much that you're not wearing one.
Well, I usually do wear
Look at
one.
that.
You're wearing one?
Yeah.
I usually do wear one, but I mean, I just need to wear the stupid garment all the time because I'm always doing like fitness. But when I quit working out, I'll start wearing a G-Shock again.
Oh man.
I have a lot of G-Shocks. I actually really like them a lot.
If they both sponsored you, wear one on each wrist. Go
Uh,
Garmin and G-Shock.
no, I would put the Garmin on my. I would be a single watch guy. I would put the Garmin on my like underneath my sock or something
Real,
I need
real
that-
team player.
because I need the data, but I don't want to. I don't want to.
I wish we could just inject like a tracker in your arm. You're like, I don't care. You know, I don't like a fitness tracker.
I'm
you know,
like,
like instead of having to wear Whoop out here, I wish they could just inject
it in
Whoop
me.
into my arm. You know,
Dude,
And
I
then-
told Rich.
how would you
yesterday.
charge it?
I don't know. That's our problem. I
You're gonna
guess.
have to stick a little USB port
Yeah,
right out
leave
your
the
arm.
USB out or the USB-C since it's the charger of the future, according to Scott.
No, everything's wireless now.
Oh, so then I
Just
could just my bed could be the
Yeah.
charger. You know?
Yeah, sunlight.
Yeah, if we're going eco-friendly, it could be a solar. You know,
They'd force you to get your sunlight. I like that.
So these are the Whoop shorts. So you put it in the fan.
I was about to go somewhere else, but we won't go there.
Don't go there. But so yeah, I texted this to Rich yesterday. Yesterday was just like a grind, like sun up to sundown, like just trying to get all the details out with the whole team. And towards the evening, Whoop sent me a little notification. They were like, "Hey, your nap today really helped you like get out of your sleep deficit." And
Did you nap?
I took no nap. And so I'm terrified. I'm like, at some point during I just went full zombie mode,
Blacked
like while I
out.
was writing text messages and emails, and just blacked out.
You go.
And it was serious. It was like, you got 45 minutes of like deep sleep.
Really?
I was like, damn. But I think it's because I put it on my hip and like
You weren't moving.
just a different read. You know.
that's funny.
It also gives you like if you wear it overnight in the shorts, it'll give you like your body temperature was elevated astronomically.
Oh, because you're warm
So I think you have
around
to
the
keep it
like
on
the
the wrist.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
warm around the band. Yeah, that
I've
makes sense.
noticed if I play wiffle ball or baseball, I throw a bunch to trice and it's on my right arm, it gives me like a 20 strain.
Yeah, it's like what in the
I'm
world's
like-
going on here?
This motion
Yeah.
just doesn't.
Okay, how do you like the chances, man? How's the team looking? What's your confidence level?
Good, really good. We had a pretty good weekend going head to head with Torian.
Got beat.
Yeah, we got beat by Torian, which was a really
They're a
good
good
weekend
team,
though. Like
really
we
good
went,
team,
yeah,
though.
they're a really good team. I think they're a very comparable team to us. Like I would feel like, like we saw the past weekend that we just had, we really had a give and take. Like they won 7, we won 6, and you change, you add in another event, it probably would have went farther and farther. Like we could have just kept trying to kill each other, and which was cool. It was really fun. I feel like we did some really good events for what we might see. Yeah,
It was a well-rounded test. I mean, there was.
yeah, we try to make it as well rounded as possible. Like I came up with most fit. Him and Jake both checked the programming on it. So like we had a bunch of eyes on it. I was really nervous programming it, being in it, like,
Yeah.
and
Try
everyone
not to make it biased.
yeah, not make it biased. But
Royce said you did a good job
Yeah.
of like not playing to your team's strengths. So.
and I feel like I program for the team all year long, and like
Sure.
they don't have the same strengths as me.
Right.
So it wouldn't, like if I did that, they would have caught on by now and said, "Hey, bro, we're not doing leg rope climbs again."
Yeah. Let it go.
But no, we had a really good weekend with them. I think everyone's confidence. I know our team's confidence like went up with that, and I'm sure theirs did too, because they probably look at us the same way as like they're a pretty good team, and if we can beat them in some stuff, I feel pretty good against the whole field. We can beat them. So yeah, I think everything's kind of led up to that weekend, and it was a really good weekend, and we're just kind of like riding that high this week.
Is there like a finish order that you guys are focused on? Like this is what we think we can do and this would make us happy? Or are you guys just like best effort kind of?
Yeah, we want to win. Like that's for sure. We want to win, but I think as we did an interview with Scott, if we were to go out in every single event and make up the best game plan we could possibly make and all execute perfectly, and we took last place in every event, like, yeah, we would probably be upset about taking last place, but we would like look at each other like,
What
we
else could
did
do?
everything we could do.
No
Like
major screw-ups and
yeah, we
everything.
no
Yeah.
screw ups, no nothing. I would rather have a clean run and do bad than have a really shitty run and then like maybe miss your goal by 5 points or something, because you will it'll eat at you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't make any mess ups and you're just clean run and you have good team chemistry the whole weekend, then you're like, we did everything we could do. So I think everyone is in the same boat with that feeling, and everyone's really fired up and like super competitive. So no one's gonna just lay down and
Sure.
not try to win.
But like truth, deep depths of your heart, you think you can win?
Yeah, I think so.
Hell yeah. You think they can win?
I think so. I think, yeah, like he's saying, they put in the work. It's who knows what shows up.
Yeah.
And like he's saying, clean runs are huge. No major mistakes in those events. Looking back, saying, hey, the work's been done.
Yeah.
They put in the work. I don't think there's anything else they can do. I think, like we said, it's having clean strategies, I'll be there to help. I mean, I have a pass, right?
Yeah.
Mark it. So I'll be there anytime you guys need any of that stuff. I feel like I've said it before, but I'm kind of worthless at this point where they know what
Useless.
they need to do.
You can say useless. Worthless is too far.
Okay. Useless currently. I said, but when it comes to the games, I think that's where I'll be able to help again, kind of get them on the right page and make sure, like, have more like a sounding board than anything. But
Where can I put that on your schedule? Because actually, there's no time for that.
it's getting full.
Sorry, Angela.
Pencil me in.
You'll have to come see me at one of the events.
Yeah, you're on your own. Maybe if you sign up for one of these wristbands, you could get.
Yeah,
on
I can maybe see him. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Are you a Mayhem athlete? Can you show us?
Yeah, I don't think that.
I'll tell you why. Can I tell you what pissed me off?
What's that?
I didn't actually watch the show, but I heard about it and I will watch it. Sean Woodland was the only one who gave you enough love to put you in the top 5.
Really?
On their show. And
Oh,
I
on
was
their
like-
show?
And I'm very biased,
Use it.
you know?
Yeah, well,
Use it.
It's like fuel, anger. Yeah.
I was gonna. Well, so
FEA.
this is gonna sound like a dig to him, but it isn't. If you really know your stuff, you would see that our only bad event at semifinals was an execution mistake. And I mean,
On a sprint workout.
yeah, and I can easily take the blame for that because I'm team leader and I knew Zoe's
You've been
capacity.
nominated team leader.
I knew.
Should we have a vote?
No. It was there's one chief and there's 3 Indians. When
It's got to be that way.
it has to be that way. If there's more than one, it's not fun.
Did you and Sam fight for this or
No, you probably kick my ass.
he just submitted?
Yeah.
He just knew from a position of strength. Sam just submitted. Sorry,
No, you're good.
derailed.
I'm off. Yeah, I'm totally derailed now. I think about Sam kicking my ass.
But you're just saying you're the chief.
Semifinals.
No,
one
yeah,
event,
yeah.
One event.
If we practice that one event one more time, I keep a closer eye on Zoe. I say, hey, break your setup in the middle instead of going full dummy and
It
trying to go
wasn't
on
even
broken.
that though. It was like no rep on.
It was it was 3 no reps on her first set
Yeah.
of bench, and then she panicked, tried one, got pinned, like went to failure on the bench, and then just panicked after that. Like if I tell her, I say, hey, break up 9-6 on the bench,
Quick.
do 9, sit up, wait for a second. We're top 5 in that event, and then you see like, oh man, like this is maybe second
Different
place.
team, yeah.
I don't know the points, and it's almost like Brian put us in 4th on his predictions, and I was surprised even that he put us in 4th, but he is. This isn't a dig at Sean, but Brian's so smart about that stuff that he can see that event. He goes, oh, that's like a sprint event. It's like high skill. If you mess up on that, like if someone could have a bad day and you mess up on that, and it could literally mean nothing.
Sorry, I should clarify. Sean was the one that gave you credit.
Oh, he gave us credit.
All the other dudes.
Oh, Sean's the one who gave us credit.
Sean's the one that gave you guys credit.
To be in the top 5, everyone else is
Correct.
like, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll find out.
So you got to flip and be like, well, what I think is he does a lot of good analysis.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad
Really
I'm glad
does
he
his
took up
homework.
for
I'm
us.
glad he
I
glad he
thought
did
it
his
was the other
homework.
way around. Yeah, he does his homework.
You have to dub over the beginning right there, and then you just make the whole thing sound like
Totally.
Sean really did his homework.
Serious question though.
2 is 1 and 1 is none. The Airwave Mayhem Hybrid Pack gives you 1 HIIT mouthpiece and 1 endurance mouthpiece in our traditional Mayhem blue, so you're covered no matter the sport. 1 innovative technology, 2 performance-driven designs. For podcast listeners only, get the Mayhem Hybrid Pack 15% off at www.airwave.com/Froning.
Does it affect you at all? Like, do you pay attention to, like, obviously you do. Like, you really dig into, like, Brian and
Yeah.
that, like, and he does fantastic analysis, but like during the weekend, like you get caught up in that kind of stuff.
Like
Do you
what?
do,
Like
what people are saying, where you are on the leaderboard, outside voices and analysis, or can you block it out?
I mean, like, it doesn't affect me in a bad way, I wouldn't say. Like, I think,
But you'll pay attention. Like,
yeah, I would pay attention. Like, I would say, I mean, I'll use him as an example. Like, he was, 11th place on Friday night in 2014. Is that right? Because
Legendary.
you were 12th
Sounds about
place.
right.
legendary old heat.
'Cause
two-
you were in the
old
middle
heat
of the
2
field on
Froning.
It was not good.
Or no,
Yeah,
heat 3 Froning.
Yeah. And, so, it's a long weekend. Like, it's a long weekend. If you start to get into that race on Thursday, Friday, or even Saturday, you're going to freak yourself out. But, like,
I think from experience, usually what we've done is go back, watch the event.
Yep.
See what you could have done different, if
Yep.
anything, and then be done with that event.
Yeah.
You just like, obviously you want to sit back and look at, all right, here, what did we
Yeah.
do? Like, but you can't dwell on it too long.
You can't go watch like other people's shows at the end of the day.
No,
like when you're sitting in your
absolutely
hotel
not.
room
Hell
alone.
No,
Yeah.
no, absolutely not.
I don't even think like and there's just not even time for it.
No,
like,
well, and mentally you want to get away from it. Like
I don't
when
wanna-
you're
yeah.
not competing, you try to get away.
Yeah.
Me,
Yeah.
personally, I try to get as far away from competing or what's going to happen the next day
Yeah.
until the next day.
Which seems like your superpower. Like it seems like you're uniquely good at it.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know?
but that's something that I've
Compartmentalize.
developed
Yeah.
/ maybe put on a good face for. You
Sure,
know, like
sure.
there's times where you get sucked back in, but you try to go disconnect.
Yeah.
You know, whether find out what that is. Where for me, the last couple of years it was family. Like hell, I guess it was family the whole time because Darren was there. But we try to go disconnect, like you were talking about earlier, going to play stupid golf at the campground, but like just do something that has nothing to do with competing.
Don't sit around and freaking talk about the events all
No,
afternoon.
heck no.
And
I
I
wanna
could,
talk
I mean,
about what happened.
I witnessed that firsthand. Like with you, first of all, like long before I lived here, and my job was kind of like analysis and stuff, like being able to like walking over for an interview or something, you're like watching Avengers.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, where some other athlete is like scrolling scoreboards and doing stuff like that, right?
No, you can't get too. You can start getting maybe like think about, all right, hey, no, really, you don't. I mean, because each event's different. And it's like, hey, I'm trying to maximize points in this event. And then maybe towards the end, if you, luckily for me, some of the years I had some cushion to where it was like, all right, let's just not be stupid here in this event. Let's not do anything. Like, do I need to take a big swing at something? Or if I'm just taking, damage control on something. Not necessarily damage control, but playing a game.
But you're not gonna like.
But that might be right before the event. Like, all right, so-and-so is 5 points ahead or 10 points behind. Or all right, so now what I got to do is just stay ahead of so-and-so. Or, like luckily the way they'd started doing it was where you're in the middle. So you had the two people you needed to beat on either side of you or just stay close to. And so, but that's something you either develop really quick, like right after the event. All right, hey, they did this on this event. Next event, I've got to go do whatever. But it's not when the day is over.
Yeah.
Maybe you do a quick little assessment of that and
but
then
you
move
don't.
on.
Yeah, you don't think
gotta
about it
move
all.
on.
Yeah,
Because it'll kill you.
And I think
you can't sleep. And,
it's hard to sleep at a competition anyway. It's
awful.
it's really hard
It's
to
the
sleep.
worst.
Then I think
And eat.
a lot of it eating is hard. Well, actually,
See, for me, it
last
was
time
always
I did a really good job at eating at semifinals.
eating for me is I took in a lot of my calories at night because I was so
Yeah.
nervous throughout the day.
Yeah.
Like you're eating crap.
Yeah, you're not
sugar.
like you're
like trying to get in sugar,
just
but
like-
it's like sweet, whatever.
You're trying to snack in between events, so you're like almost never really hungry, but you can't.
to
But you
drink
can never get
drink
full.
your calories.
Drinking a lot of calories. Sam and I actually did a good job of pretty much like had a competition who could eat the most at semifinals, and it worked. So we kept eating all day long, and we were just tracking our calories so you could keep. You could eat like 800 carbs.
Nice.
He gained. I think we both gained a lot of weight that weekend because there's like not that much volume. We're not working out that much, and we're just getting fatter and fatter and fatter.
Yeah.
Good thing the lift was on the last day. But I think a lot of it comes down to like that core awareness of like knowing like, okay, I need to beat these guys.
That comes with experience.
Or if this guy beats me, I can't let 2 people or 3 people in between us. Like, and that comes with experience. And like you said, like you're not necessarily dialing back, but you're not going to do something stupid
Not
to win
gonna
that
bury
event. You're
yourself,
like, okay, this guy might beat me. He's gonna go balls to the wall and win. I just can't let that guy come in between us. And then you just try to let that not happen. So, yeah.
And again, from like a not athlete on the floor point of view, I feel like there's only so much you can affect. Like if you're in the position of being the leader, obviously you can take your foot off the gas appropriately because you can't get more than 100 points. But it seems like in that situation also, you're like, it's still the same thing. I'm still gonna try my hardest.
Yeah.
Like, I always know that I need to beat that guy.
Yeah, and
how much more because I have to beat him now? Like, can I actually,
but it also feels really good to smash an event and like really beat the hell out of the competition.
As
Like,
long as it's not being detrimental to the team.
Yeah.
Like I always come back to that event at semifinals 2 years ago, the lunge one, that we did not have to
need to
keep
keep
going.
going.
And Andrea and Taylor and Sam all thought we had to keep going. And I'm like, stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Look around.
We're
We're fine.
winning,
So they were so mad at me after that event because I was just like, basically I just sat on the worm and I'm like, no. Like, we got to go. And I'm like,
No,
they
we
still
don't.
have to clean, shoulder to overhead,
and
and then
start
lunge,
lunging. Yeah.
drop it, pick it back up.
Yeah.
We're fine.
They're not catching
So
us
That's why an AMRAP in the middle of an event is stupid.
at the beginning of an event, even
Yeah.
the very beginning. Yeah.
I forgot what your hard out is. Can we keep talking?
Yeah, 10.
Oh, we're
Dude,
in
We got
great
24
shape.
minutes.
Yeah, we're partying.
I don't know if you guys want to talk about it at all, but I'm sure that Brent Fikowski feels like we're just ghosting him because he always reaches out about the BFAA.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw some announcements that they did some interesting agreements with the sport.
I haven't seen. I don't have social, so.
So if you guys, so they did a survey with athletes, figured out what they valued most. Okay, so this was the agreements that CrossFit expressly agreed to: lake water test results, climbing rope length, oversight of approved equipment, consistent warm-up equipment for all heats, consistent movement standards for all heats, clear and specific briefings on minimum work requirements.
Hang on. Sorry, can I
please.
see it? There's a lot going on here. The lake water test results, that's cool. Climbing rope length.
They did that already.
What is the climbing rope length?
I don't know if
mean?
that's true.
That's the Panchik thing. Well,
the bottom of it.
The water testing thing, they came out and said that the water tests were bad or whatever and tried to go after Castro.
Yes.
It was not true. Castro actually sued them because it was a faulty story. I think it was Morning Chalk Up or somebody. There was something like it wasn't
defamation or whatever.
Yes, it was not correct. Sorry, go ahead. Next point.
Oversight of approved.
Changing the rope length.
It's an obvious one.
It's an obvious one, and it isn't.
It's an easy yes. Oh, sorry.
I mean, I like climbing a rope that doesn't
swing around as much.
Doesn't swing around as much.
Yeah.
So that's a preference. I get coming down on the rope, landing on it. Part of you, they should be short.
Yeah.
I mean, part of it is on you as an athlete to make sure you're not falling on the rope if you want to go fast. You know, like
dude, if your rope's on the ground, it's like a magnet.
It really is.
But
I mean, it depends on how much of the rope.
Yeah.
It's probably best for the rope not to be touching.
Yeah, but it is. But it is nicer.
Let's talk about maybe some mats, crash pads. Go back and watch a video from 2010. We talk about
Boom.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. Oversight on what?
Approved equipment. What does this mean? Like, are we talking about like
Design of a
or
I don't
like
know.
I don't
or
know.
like
What does that mean?
faultiness of
Like
I don't know.
belts and grips.
Oh,
Grip length and belt
I-
inches
I-
and stuff like that.
Why can't we wear grips anymore?
Grip was so weird
I'm
to
so
me.
like tired of. As long as you don't have a dowel in it
So
and you don't wrap it around, I'm fine with whatever grips you want to wear.
The,
like it's almost like you can't use grips on the deadlift, but you can use it on a bar
and rowing.
and
yeah.
rowing. Why?
Why?
Anyway,
I think the thing about the grips is going to be specific to this event. I don't think it's going to be
Okay.
across. I think it's going to be specific to this event. I think it's going to be mostly specific for the Helen event, probably.
Okay.
So, and I heard Castro's week in review. He mentioned that the grips thing is specific for this event. So, I mean, it may change, it may not.
right.
Consistent warm up equipment. How about maybe some worms to warm up with? for the
Worms to warm
event?
up with, or hey, how about if you're going to do a max lift, telling people there's going to be
A platform.
and some bars out there to lift
Not a
with,
women's bar.
and you show up and there's a
and you're-
female bar,
female bar.
women's bar,
Some
35s,
and your buddies
and
who are going to
no
pick it up for you.
platform
Yeah.
whatsoever, and then trying to hit a 1 rep max front squat
In running
after
shoes. In
13
running
minutes
shoes.
in running shoes.
on rubber that honestly, the rubber mat made it worse.
It was awful.
But it seems so obvious to you guys, but I think that's why, we're
just voicing.
Consistent movement standards. You
I
can
feel like
say
they've been-
that.
yeah, but
you can say that like
But people always
things
find
happen.
a
things
little
gonna happen.
cheat code.
what's the gripe there though?
Like
Well, because like Neil Maddox with the sled
Yeah.
in whatever year, when he'd pick it up and move it, and then Castro comes
Don't pick it up.
Hey, don't pick it. Don't do what Neil Maddox did to get a great time.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
You know.
Yep.
clear and specific briefings on minimum work. That's good.
I think there should be.
Is
a
that
minimum
it?
work.
And then there was some they didn't agree to. Oh, here you go. Sorry.
Oh, they
Is
didn't
this-
agree to.
This is they're committed to making effort to meet the demand for dry platforms for lifting, ability to adjust equipment, pull up bar and ring heights,
Yeah.
equipment calibration, test distance consistency, consistent heat warm up time, clear and safe movement standards.
Yeah, I think they
I feel
do
like
a lot
they
of
do
that.
a lot of that stuff.
BFAA and CrossFit's views diverge regarding cuts and the impact they have on sport overall,
Yeah. I'm
fine with
multiple
cuts.
risers for short athletes.
Yeah, multiple risers.
Multiple
Wait,
risers is a
sounds-
safety thing.
yeah.
Because then the tolerate gets the
They slide.
Yeah. Well, they tip over.
Yeah.
So, yes, Scott.
Can we talk about cuts?
Sure.
Because
I'm fine with
we haven't
cuts.
had a podcast since that happened.
I don't
have no
think
problem
there's-
with
I don't
cuts.
think they're as big of a deal as people are making out to be.
No, it's fine.
Well,
I think it's better for the show for the test. You can do more tests. I didn't love the cuts of. Let's throw out cuts of 2019 where they
after a sprint event they cut it down to 10.
Yeah, it's like
Go
ahead.
Well, I'll speak out of two sides.
Go ahead and give us your opinion, Rory.
Well, I'll speak out of two sides of my mouth.
Yeah.
I don't like cuts, but not for the reason that athletes paid to be here and they travel a long distance.
Yeah,
Like they know that bargain. And like even the year where Greg invited the national champions, they knew they would get cut and they still came. It was like they loved wearing the jersey and being on the field. And I think that it was still like a chest thump, right? It was a cool thing.
That's not,
So that's not why I don't like them. The reason I don't like them is the same reason I do like the 3 announced events, is because the whole theory of the hopper is, like you said against Torian, the longer I go, the more you can see my statistical comparison to somebody else. Now, the reason I know that they're necessary is because logistically, to run that many heats for that long, it's like I don't want to sit in the Coliseum for 3 hours just to see the final heats that are relevant.
Semifinals again, please.
Like if you could do like a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket or something like that, where like as a fan I can come and I can sit in the Coliseum for an hour,
watch the winners and then the losers,
see what's relevant. And still get score, or maybe even you still take scores from the other people, but like you structure the competition in such a way, maybe that's a logistical nightmare. But like the reason cuts are necessary is because there's a show. Hopefully, the's a broadcast partner.
I will say, to the point of where you're going, when is the first cut?
Saturday, Friday night. So 2 full days of competition.
2 full days. It's just going to depend on what the tests were to that point.
Right.
Yeah,
like
that's all I
take your
care
years
about.
where you weren't great at swimming,
Easy,
and like
easy. That was the first event, and then I came back. I was back into like whatever place by
the end of the second day.
Yeah, I mean,
and Friday night.
My worst year was 2014.
Friday night, you were in like
by Friday night
after
I was in 12th.
after the 21:59.
So there's still what 30 people?
No. The 21:59 was Friday night. You were in the top 10 before Saturday morning.
So, but if you're, was it 30? Is that when they're cutting to 30? They go from 40 to 30.
Yes,
that's fine
on Friday night. After Friday night.
Sorry, like through 2 full days of events. Yeah. If you're in the bottom 10 people, usually you watch 5 of those have withdrawn.
Yeah,
and then 5 of them have gotten 38th. 37th, 34th.
And you're right. So, but maybe I'm hanging on to like think about the other side of the leaderboard.
You can have,
and I think we've come a long way in programming. But like, God bless him. I think he's a great human, and he came a long way with his fitness. But like Jordan Troyan, he would have made the cuts because the swimming event was first, and he knocked it out of the park.
That was the only reason
and then
he made the cuts.
That's my point. Gotcha. Is like so the opposite of like there's people that deserve to be cuts, but then
I don't know that he would have made the cuts. I mean, you can't go back and look at the live
couldn't overhead squat
when it went swimming, then 333, then whatever. Like he did. He hung tough.
Oh yeah, because 333 he did 1 or got second or something.
And I don't mean to single him out. Like you're a good swimmer or
but
like
he was a
depending on
if
the event is front loaded with endurance stuff, somebody could hang on.
Correct.
You have to like if it's too biased. If
and then you get
well-rounded,
you have to be focused on how balanced those first 2 days are if you plan on making cuts. The first 3 days. Then
I still feel like if you're only cutting 10, if you were cutting 50% of the field, absolutely, that's a big deal. But I feel like
it does. The only thing that matters about the cuts is how balanced the test is. Yeah. Make the test as balanced as possible the entire time. Maybe front load it with even more balance than you think, and then you're good to go. I think if you do three endurance events and then you have like 1 weightlifting event, you can do really well, like you're saying, at those 3 endurance events, maybe even bomb the weightlifting event and still make it through and not really be supposed to be in the top 30 at that point.
Right, and then kind of irrelevant for the rest. You don't mix up the leaderboard for that top 20, right? And especially if you somehow made it into the top 10, it's like...
I don't think it's going to... I don't think it's going to matter that much.
Yeah, just from a geeky theoretical standpoint of CrossFit, I wish that everyone had to do every single test, and then the scores were all relative against each other because that's how it's supposed to work.
I am glad that they started doing the different leaderboard with less people. I will say, like when they would cut it to 10 and they would still have the original leaderboard, it was great for me because
the comparative scoring stuff. You mean?
Yeah. Where they've altered the leaderboards. Even that
the point system you're saying.
I do what
the point.
So when they used to they would make a cut to 10 and they would still use the same leaderboard as if there were 40 people. And granted, it didn't matter because usually in those last day I was finishing in the top 3 anyway on each event. But still, like that could make a big deal if you hadn't changed the leaderboard for only because then you finish 10th and you're still getting the same amount of points even though you're finishing last. Well,
so that's what they did the first year I went as a teenager. They had the same points table as 40 people. Yeah. They changed it.
Oh, okay.
On my 3rd year, they changed it to be a point. The point scale was to 20. Was 1 through 20. But you could I remember there were only 10 of us.
when they cut teams to 5 teams and the leaderboard being 100, 75, 50, 25, 0. You talk about a stressful, surprising, like you're like.
Do a workout and get nothing.
0 point. We still had, it was the year with Dre in China at Tasia. And I mean, we had an incredible team and we still won the last couple events. But you look at it and you're like, if we get 0 points for 2 events, somebody's back in it, you know, when we had dominated the competition. So that's stressful. I think I'm fine with cuts. I've never been cut, so that I'm okay with it, obviously. It might be a little different if I had a different, you know, experience with the cuts. But
well, and I mean, people can lambast me because I'm the critic, you know, not the guy on the court again. But
I mean, I've been critiquing. I was the one. We're devil's advocate here.
But I guess what I would say is like, if your stance is like it's not fair because I paid a lot of money to be here, like I'd say don't come. Like it's the sport. It's like it just seems like a really strange argument. Like I'm entitled to be there on the final day because I made it this far.
Nah, dude.
Right. And I'm sure somebody behind them would be like, dude, I'll take my chances, and if you cut me, you cut me. But if I can make it through, let's go.
Absolutely. That's the mentality you need to have.
Oh yeah. I was watching Castro's newest week in review, and he's talking.
You watch that crap? Just kidding.
It has good.
Just kidding,
definitely
dude.
has good.
Quit whining.
Has value. There's one. He was talking about the cuts, and he said like, crap. What did he say? Said like, oh, why not? Like if someone says, well, if you're gonna cut to 20, why not just start with 20? And he's like, well, you know.
That's a horrible.
Yeah, like he's like, well, I think 40 is a good number, and the people from semifinals, if you ask them, even the day they get cut, that they're probably gonna say, hey, would you rather just not come, or would you rather got cut like after 2 days of competition? Like, I think I would rather at least go. You know, especially
you got 2
if
days
it's
of competition.
especially if it's your rookie season. You know, you go there, you're like, okay, you know, I know what I did bad on. I got 2 days of CrossFit Games experience. And I have some good data of like to go back and I think it's good.
Yeah, dude. It's got actually Luke's Road to the Games that we just published. I loved his attitude. He was like, dude, I'm going to send it. I'm going to try a few things. I expect to be back again. So like,
we know he's going to send it.
But he's like, you know, it's my rookie season and like, I'm going to try and make waves, but like, I'm here to learn also.
Yeah.
So
is he going to learn, Jen?
I mean, in his shoes, you just have nothing to lose, really.
No,
like you just go out
absolutely
there and you try to crush some events. Maybe you get crushed by a couple events, and then like you try to come back next year and
make the
do a
cut
little
as long
better.
as you can. Ride that wave.
Ride that wave.
I'm consistently disappointed by Ben's lack of participation in this podcast. So what do you think about cuts, Ben?
And the programming.
I'm glad you asked me because I'm actually a guy that's been cut. No, I think it's fine. And actually, I watched that Castro Week in Review.
I wish
too.
they cut at semifinals so we don't have to watch 6 heats.
You have to watch me
bland events.
in heat
Not
one.
you. Not you.
That's
you
what
did
you're
great.
saying.
You did great.
It's fine. It's fine. But anyways, on Castro's video, what I thought that was the best argument for the cuts was he said like you said, you don't want to be in the Coliseum for 3 hours, like waiting. And he says it gives an opportunity for the vendors, so like us and people who paid a lot of money to be there, try to sell product. It gives them an opportunity for the crowd to break, to go support, put money back to the community, you know, so that those people see a good
it's
return.
not a 9-hour day every single day.
Yeah, so I mean, from that standpoint, I think it's even better to have cuts.
Yeah, it shortens the day, and like he said, like I was watching, that was 2 weeks ago, right? Not this past one, but the one before that, like where he was talking about, it's like even the people at home just don't want to watch that much.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the people that are there to support their athlete, they're like, I want to see them do this. But it's still a show. It's still an event. It's not, I mean, as much as it is a community event earlier on in the week, yes, it's a community event, but then we've got to get to business. You know, by Saturday, Sunday, it's a competition.
Yeah, it's a competition.
And
I'll say this about the cuts last year too. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, absolutely. Interrupt me. I love it.
Last year, what I was upset with about the cuts was that, you know, after the worm.
I forgot about you.
Well, after semifinals, like
you guys hammered the worm.
We hammered the worm.
You
Like
never
3
got
to
to see the
4
worm.
days a week. You know,
and that's where it comes back to just
we got good on that.
balance.
We got, in my opinion, we got pretty good on the worm.
In my opinion, I like it, man. Good
and
job.
then we showed up to the games, and I think we started Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday was our last day.
Yeah.
But the only thing we did with the worm was hold it and
burpee
jumped
over
over
it.
it. That was all we did.
We didn't do anything else with it other than
Well, on
until the
Sunday,
final.
you did the
final
clean and jerks,
event.
the squats, the thrusters.
Yeah, but
very
that was just
final
one
event.
event.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
so
I
like,
get that, but
it
I feel
was-
like to that point, it was a well balanced test. Like even
Yeah.
I thought the workouts were great.
So I love the
Just
I
the
love
worm
the I
was-
like the
worm
worm.
was balanced.
There's a huge team aspect to the worm, but I thought the team, like, take the individual programming aside, the team programming last year was great. I thought it was incredible. My only one thing was the 4-person synchro double unders. That's the only thing that I would change from that whole event. Like,
I thought
it was a team test without using the worm, because that's one of the knocks that the team events get is we don't want to see the worm all the time.
Really?
From outside people.
Really?
Yeah, people.
Oh, I thought
hate
people love the worm.
No, people hate watching.
Dude,
the worm.
I love watching the worm.
Really?
Like, I guess it's like maybe like you guys probably agree with me. Is like
We know
you can
how hard
see
we.
somebody moving
I know.
good with it.
We love
Yeah.
it. If you're on the inside, you love watching the worm.
Because you're like, dude, that team is moving it so good. Like that,
Right.
it just looks clean.
But
They wanna
I
see a
think from a
barbell.
spectator standpoint, people hate it. So I think, to argue that, not like tell you you're wrong, but just it was, as long as the test was good and it was a good, every event
Doesn't
was a
have to
good
have
team
worm.
test. It doesn't have to have the worm. I get what you're saying, that
they could have just switched it too.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
made that workout earlier and put one.
Yeah,
later on.
that workout almost felt. The only problem I have with that workout, it felt like
sucked.
it
hurt.
felt like throw up. It felt like throw up. Like it felt like, hey, you haven't used the worm.
Oh, yeah.
Here's all the worm.
I was about to say, it felt like I was gonna
Yeah,
throw up.
no. I thought I was gonna black out. It's the hardest workout I've done in competition ever in my life.
Really?
Oh, nothing's even come close. I got to the clean jerks, and I just remember, like, I'm on all fours on the worm, and I'm slobbering on it, and I look up, and I see Madison in the stands, and I'm like, oh, my
I'm
God.
gonna die.
I see, like, my family and Madison. I'm just like, unconscious. They're like, come on, pick it up.
I can't pick
Like,
it up.
I can't.
Yeah, that workout was hard.
I think there should be, obviously it costs money, but like there should be a worm or two in every single affiliate, because
Yeah.
that's why people love watching the events. Oh, I kind of know what that feels like relatively.
But nobody knows what the worm feels like
Nobody knows
except
what
for if you go to Mayhem. Then you know.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
you know, if
You know.
if you do a train with Rich, you know what the worm feels like.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro. I told you about my first train with Rich.
No.
And they were like, yeah, jump in on this worm. And it was me and Darren, and I don't even remember who else was on the worm, but like they were all heavy hitters. And they
You're
just
like, oh,
they
yeah,
buried me. They buried me. And then afterwards, Darren was like, yeah, that's how it works. Like you just try and bury one team member and then make them just try and keep up.
That's how Darren does it.
Darren does it.
It should be, you could try to control that one team member so they're not buried.
Yeah.
And then
He'll be the first one to go 1 to your 2. You know, like you're doing squat cleans, he'll do 1 to your 2. But I mean, back in the day,
Yeah, and then he'll be like,
he would
"Oh."
save me though.
yeah.
He would do 2 to my 1 if I had him, if I needed it.
I will say, because we haven't talked about Fresh Coast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
since-
yeah.
Dude, that was awesome. That's a cool event.
Yeah. Really?
Just a community type
team-based, right?
event. It was team based. We
Yeah.
got to use the worm. Swift and J-Web had never used the worm. But
Yeah.
you talk
Oh,
about just a
no.
cool hangout event, like right on the beach. You're hanging out, do an event, go sit in your tent, hang out with some people.
Set the stage more because people who are listening don't
You're
know.
on Lake Michigan and Muskegon, Michigan. Scott, set the stage for us.
You did it. That was
Okay.
perfect. It's,
Yeah, we're on
Pure,
Lake-
Pure
Lake-
Marquette.
Now,
Beach
Pure Marquette Beach. That's what it's called.
in Muskegon, Michigan.
Okay, in Muskegon, Michigan, and you pull up and it looks like you're at the ocean. I mean,
And your cousins were there.
my cousins were there, so it's a family event.
Yeah.
I think there was it was cool. It was
Yeah.
it was a ton of fun. You pull up, looks like the beach, Florida, California, more California. I feel like 'cause you got those big dunes off to the backside of
Nice.
you, which is cool. The beach was beautiful, water was nice, but it was a team event. It was a 3-person team. Your age had to add up to 110. I thought it was 120. So we were like 124. Me,
I was
Jay
wondering why I
Webb,
got
and Steve
invited.
Swift. And no, you would have been on a team that was just in the open division.
Okay,
You would have
okay,
taken
okay. All right.
AJ's spot. But man, it was just fun. It was a cool vibe. The events didn't beat you up. They were pretty good little tests. Kind of had a long test to start, which was a bike, burpees, run in soft sand, which sucks, and then run the beach. The next event was a lift, 1-person single snatch, 1-person double on the thruster, 3rd-person touch and go clean and jerk, which sucked, which led right into kind of an event that had a little relay and then bar muscle ups at the end. And so those were fun events. It just didn't beat you up. It wasn't a ton of volume. Like, it was a good intensity, good little team tests. And then the final event sucked, which was some rope climbs. We had these jump rope with a piece of rope.
Yeah, it was a rope. Yeah.
Some 3-person thrusters and
Was
then
it just
a bunch of
single
rope
unders?
climbs. Single unders,
Yeah,
but
it had
dude,
to,
it was
yeah.
hard. But yeah, it was fun. It was just like I said, the community side of it. Everybody just kind of hanging out.
Old school vibes.
Old school vibes.
Yeah.
you'd hit your event, you'd come back, sit in the tent. It was your time to go warm up. You'd wipe your feet off, the sand off your feet, put your socks on, and go back over there. Man, it was cool.
People sleep on Michigan. Like, my wife is from Michigan, and I've been there one time.
Everybody thinks of Detroit.
But dude, the summertime is insane.
Beautiful. It was 78 degrees, maybe 80 on the beach, but
It's cool.
it was breeze all day, no humidity.
Yeah.
You know, it was
The water's still cold though, right?
70 degrees. It wasn't bad. It was like refreshing. You'd finish the
Yeah.
event, you'd go sit in the water for a minute because, you know, cool
That's
off.
cool.
It was a ton of fun. Kids played, you know, like I took Lakeland and Lily, and
That's a local lake, or it's one of the big ones?
one of the big ones.
Which one?
Michigan.
Okay.
So you can't, I mean, like I said, you show up and you think you're at
At
the
a
ocean,
beach,
but
right,
you
right.
can't see across. And, you know, the kids played in the water all day. They didn't give a shit about the CrossFit competition, you know.
Yeah,
Like, it was
of course.
great.
Yeah.
So it was fun. It was a ton of fun. I'd like to go back next year. It was cool.
Yeah, special request that they move it off the weekend of my daughter's birthday.
Oh, okay.
So if we do it like the week before,
Week before.
I would love to be there.
All right.
Take a beach trip for her birthday.
That's
It's
what I
not a
said.
bad idea,
I
but,
really,
like,
it was
at-
just the beach.
At
You know?
13 years old, it's like kids, they just want to be with their
Oh, yeah.
friends. You know what I mean? They don't even really want to be with me, but
You want to be there.
it's hard
Yeah.
for them to be like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's go away from a birthday.
Yeah. So, but that was a ton of fun. I was pleasantly surprised.
Awesome. And that was the official name, Fresh Coast.
Fresh Coast Games. I
Fresh
kept
Coast
saying
Games.
Fresh Coast Classic. Fresh Coast Classic just
Sounds
Got a ring to it.
sounds-
and it's
just
classic
kinda-
now. So it's not. It's a few years old.
Yeah,
so
it's
it'd be a
kinda-
classic. They,
So there you go. Name change too. Just sounds better. Incredible mountain bike trail, actually, 30 miles from there. It's called Mosquito Creek, which just does not sound like a fun mountain bike trail.
Over to Mosquito Creek.
But dude, you talk about fast, flowy, hard pack, and you know, you'll see the signs and it'll be like advanced trail. And then you're riding the trail, you're like, where's the advanced? And then you see this tiny little hill, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is not advanced. I mean, like normal around here, if I'm on the trails, only riding trails, I'm like 11 miles an hour average, single, like all of our trails here, 15 miles an hour.
oh wow.
So you're just hauling
Yeah.
the whole time. It was a
That's
ton
cool.
of fun. So right
Love
there.
that. 3 minutes till Angela's heart out. Can we do some commercially stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show me that backpack. So Rich collaborated with Goruck on the Allegiance
yeah.
flag pack.
And we showed it on the Fresh Coast Games video.
Oh yeah, you can go to the
YouTube.
YouTube and watch that.
I mean,
event
it's
that Rich was just talking about.
it's a GR1.
It's a GR1, but Allegiance is like
Yeah.
a legit flag company.
So cool.
So they'll start announcing they're going to announce it by the time this
Sand in it
podcast is
from-
out for
from
Fresh Coast.
Marquette
hey,
Beach, yeah.
what patch you got on that?
Oh, the United States Police.
Oh, cool. You didn't leave the goat patch on it? Can I have it?
Yeah.
So anyways, the actual collaborative backpack has like a handwritten signature. Rich sat down and literally signed 400.
400 million thousand of them.
But the first 50 people that purchase one of these guys on site, I don't know if they're going to be online at the games, during the games. There'll be a couple hundred that you could buy at the games if you get there quick. But the first 50, Rich will do a workout with you on Friday morning and then sit down and sign the rest of them.
The rest of the 50.
But he'll like if you buy your pack, he'll sign it in person. It's got a really cool patch in it that's got like
I did sign.
450
Was it 450?
plus
It
a
took
couple
me an hour.
plus a couple throwaways.
Rory just sat
Wow.
there.
I did
On
not.
his- you were working on his computer?
I unrubber banded them. I put them in front of you.
And
I bought every single gold Sharpie in the city of Cookeville.
Well, I signed, 100 and something of them, and they were the wrong ones.
They're the wrong ones. Yeah. But we really appreciate your service. Thank
And
you.
Jen was
thank
like,
you for
"Hey,
your
I
service."
can sign these for you," and I was like, "No, I need
Gotta do
need
it.
to sign these."
Yeah, I think the on-site experience will be really cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We'll work out, head over to the. It'll be on the same day that you do the specialized thing. We'll hit. You'll do a bike ride in the morning. Hit that with the people that buy them on site. So starting Tuesday, they'll be on sale. So if you guys are going to the games, I would make my first stop Goruck and get your Mayhem Athlete band. Go buy one of these guys, and we'll see you on Friday for the workout. But they're really cool. Allegiance is a made in America, really cool, established flag company. So I guess the way I understand it is they, obviously when you make things, you have scraps and you have leftovers and whatnot. So they turn that into a cool inside flag. And
Dude, I want to get one of those.
I'll see what I can do because Goruck.
Can I get one signed?
What's that?
No, you can get one of the unsigned ones.
Hey, do they sell these before we get in?
I highly doubt it.
Sweet.
That one's yours. Yours
One
and
of
yours
one.
alone. Yeah. They make custom ones on site. So like at their thing, you can go tell them to put whatever you want on it.
Oh, then
and
I
they'll, like,
can't.
stamp them.
And
in
I don't
person.
want anyone to see this because I want this to be one of a kind.
Yeah,
You want your only one.
The funny story about that backpack was that you had that package for us from Goruck, and that bag was with it, and you didn't know it. You didn't know what was what. So you gave it all to us, and Sam opened it up and goes, dude, this is sweet. And it had this goat patch on it, and it had all this flag, and he goes, dude, this thing is awesome. I go, bro, that ain't for you. That ain't for me either. And then you messaged, I go, yeah, that's for Rich.
And
goes,
all the
did
patches.
you like your personalized patch? And I was like,
What?
I don't want it to say that.
Oh.
He thought he was going to sign those. And
yeah.
it'd be
I
like-
thought that's what I was like,
No,
no.
please.
Show the
no.
people. I mean, come on.
I already did, yeah.
So they sent a bunch of patches, but one of them says goat.
The actual,
In gold.
actual patch, like, has a Mayhem M on it, and it says,
Yeah. It's got a
it
like
says Goruck by Alliance or
Allegiance,
something,
yeah,
Allegiance, and then like a little line, and I signed all of those. That's the patches he was talking about that goes on the inside.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking
Oh,
about
so
I
you're
had to
signing
sign
this.
those
Yeah.
for the outside, and I'm like, bro, I'm
No.
not signing goat patches. Like, I refuse. So
Yeah.
have people just kiss your hand at the
Yeah.
booth. Yeah.
Kiss the ring.
But yeah, so those are dope, and I'm really happy for you guys
Yeah.
because Goruck has supported you, the team.
For sure. Yeah, they I just got an email last night of like all the stuff they're sending us. It was like super awesome. So yeah, we're fired up. Goruck is helping us. They're giving us some travel money and some stuff to travel with and a bunch of new gear and stuff. So we're gonna do some cool commercials with Mayhem Athlete and with Goruck as the team. And yeah, dude, I'm super excited.
And I know you don't wear them training, but did you say you wear their shoes at work?
Yeah, I have the all black shoes. I wear those as my work shoes.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're like, I mean, they're a perfect work shoe. They're like, just, yeah, we have to wear all black, and then it just is like, there's nothing really going on. Like, it's not like flashy or anything. I don't wear some weird shoe. So it's just like flat black shoe, and it looks good with the uniform. So it like, and it kind of like, it kind of has that vibe with it. The Goruck shoe with the fire department uniform, like it all kind of all goes together. Yeah, it's fitting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Big thanks to them. That collaboration was super cool, and the support of the team is awesome. I'm trying to think. Oh, this is you pointed it out, but this is
Goldie.
The reason I'm shouting out Goldie, who's one of my training partners at 5 a.m. We call ourselves the Dream Killers, not because we kill other people's dreams, but because we don't sleep in, because we train at 5. Owns the Slice locally, but he deserves a massive shout out because he's coming to the games and basically volunteering his time
Stevie's the man.
for an entire week.
I told you he sent me a birthday present, right?
Yes.
Bastards. So, backstory: he owns this pizza place, but it's like a kid's kind of like
An arcade
It's a
area.
small Dave and Buster's, basically.
Yeah.
And I always give him crap about the crappy toys that he has. Like, it's got like rubber duck machine and all this, and then like this candy machine, and I always joke that my kids, they want to go there and spend their inheritance and whatever. So we go there the one night, and you slide your card, and it puts points on your card as you play games, right? Well, at the end of the night, you go and you slide the card, and there's a machine with all these prizes that you can
Choose
get.
some.
And I look, and I'm looking in there, and there's one that is a climate change eraser. It's got a polar bear.
Oh, I thought Trice brought it to you.
No, it's got a polar bear on an iceberg that as you erase with the iceberg, it goes away. And Goldie's from California, and so the joke was, I'm like, what are you doing with this?
You're pushing your crap on
your leftist propaganda, joking. And so he now randomly drops these polar bears in random spots. In, like
giving one to the kids would be the biggest flex.
Well, no. So I'm sitting in the front yard the other day, and it's 2 days before my birthday. FedEx shows up, and I get this box. I'm like, I didn't order anything like this size in a while, right? Because I'm getting a bunch of crap for bike, for Leadville stuff. And I'm like, I look at it, I'm like, Stevie Goldie. And I knew immediately what it was. And I was like, and we were like, somebody was in town, and we were talking to them, and I'm like, I know exactly what this is. And sure enough, I open it up. He's like, happy birthday from the Goldie family. And it's this stupid polar bear.
I'm surprised you opened it. Didn't just throw it. Like
I know, right?
Didn't throw it in the box graveyard in front of the barn.
Just
where it's
burned
like,
it right there.
There's all these boxes out here of things where I'm like, hey, maybe can I have that? It's just like Rich just toss them in the front of the barn. On that note, and you can probably speak to this better than I can, but we shouldn't leave without saying there's a lot of highly visible people, Scott, Ben, Jen, obviously that people know of, but what the Mayhem team is doing internally is the biggest flex that I've seen.
It's going to be.
And so they deserve a shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, Mayhem, Josh is Josh won't sleep for the next 6 days.
Josh is
probably.
like indefatigable. He's
Yeah.
insane. I
Dude,
get
I
text
don't
messages
understand.
at hours where I'm like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Yeah. Josh,
Doesn't sleep.
Kelsey, David Lane, Jake, Dad. Gotta give a shout
Yep.
out to Dad.
Bringing it together.
Yep. So it's gonna be.
Yeah, TJ will be. We're gonna miss
TJ's
people if
gonna
we
be
try
there.
and name
Laura,
everyone.
Jason,
Yeah, the whole
yeah,
apparel
everybody.
team.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody's been like working
Dre.
tirelessly, and it's the
Dre,
coolest.
congratulations, baby girl.
Yeah, Dre got a baby,
Dre.
dude.
Yep.
That's right.
So congrats, Dre. Scary. That's terrifying. Dre's a
Yeah.
father.
And terrible timing.
Yeah.
You know, thanks, Dre.
To a daughter.
Couldn't you hold off a couple weeks? You know.
Dre, terrifying. No, I mean, it's just even Dre being a dad.
Yeah.
That scares me for the child.
Yeah.
I think it would be a very
Yeah,
cool
no,
kid.
His irrational fears he's gonna push on that kid.
He won't. The kid will never have ketchup on a hot dog.
Never have ketchup.
What's Dre gonna do when
His
their
inside
kids
out
like
socks.
kids only eat ketchup on their hot dogs
Yep.
and he can't touch ketchup?
Well, hey,
Oh,
you know this. You know this better than anybody. Like he'll be broken.
Broken.
Oh yeah, some
can't
of
even
Dre's habits will he'll be a changed man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the better.
Oh yeah, it's gonna break him.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
So yeah, shout out to everybody. And legitimately, for me, having the games for me is like the longest standing tradition I've got in my life, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
like,
you've been to every one.
except for 2007, like every single one except for and I guess 2020. So there's a couple like
That one doesn't count.
weird years. That one doesn't
Yeah.
count.
You're
But
forced not to go.
correct. And the so anyways, what we're doing as Mayhem Nation, I think, is like
Yeah, heck yeah.
it's just
It's
awesome.
gonna be cool. I'm fired up to be. It'll be weird for me to be on that side.
Yeah.
But it'll be good. No part of me is like, oh, I missed this. Code Games 23. Scott just
First
said,
month
pointed out.
free.
First month free. Also, on Leadville note, we'll probably talk about that between games and Leadville, but
No, we won't.
well, we probably won't. We'll have a week Tuesday.
Well, we're gonna
maybe?
do weekly
can
shows.
do
Sorry,
it.
we're nightly shows. I mean,
Yeah, nightly shows.
yeah.
I don't know. We'll put the link somewhere, but
Scott's panicking.
we're partnered with First Ascents, which does some outdoor activities. It's how we got in the race since we didn't do a qualifier. We're partnering with a charity. If you'd consider donating to First Ascents through our link and supporting our Mayhem athlete team, it's kind of supporting with Mayhem Mission. Would love that.
Yep. Oh, Sunday there's a Mayhem Mission thing on site too.
Sunday.
It's hard
Sunday.
to it's hard to say everything, but
Sunday,
Sunday
Sunday,
morning. Sunday. We're gonna do a Mayhem Mission devotional / probably podcast. I think is what they talked about, like we did at Train with Rich, and then some workout, Mayhem Mission workout.
okay, TBD. But it'll definitely be happening. I don't know if there's a podcast, but that'd be awesome.
It's a devotional, so I don't know if we're doing a podcast like we did. I don't know.
Yeah. MayhemInMadison.com
MayhemInMadison.com.
at Mayhem in Madison 23 at Angelo _ no, okay.
Yeah, throw that in there.
Scott, you were about to push the talk button.
I was just gonna say that the live shows start Wednesday.
Live shows
and go
start
through
Wednesday.
Sunday. So
What
every
time?
day. Well, it'll be
TBD.
Wednesday's a weird show because there's no competition for
It'll be a
individuals and
pre-show.
teams. So it'll be a pre-show and also a test to make sure we do it right.
7 p.m.
And well, I don't know.
Just when
Okay.
competition
Just
ends.
watch. Go to Mayhem and Madison 23 on Instagram to find out the schedule.
Thursday through Sunday will be after competition ends, and we'll have daily behind the scenes videos starting Wednesday.
Sunday there might not be one. We'll see.
Podcast.
We have to be on like Tuesday,
the live show.
Yeah.
Yeah. just because these guys are gonna be. Yeah, we'll just.
You won't want me on a podcast Sunday night. Or maybe you do.
And I fly out Sunday night, so we'll figure that out. But we'll
I'll
have
do
some
one,
podcasts.
Scott. I'll
Rory
do
will have
one.
it.
It'll
I'll
be
do
just
it.
Rory.
Just Rory.
I think
Recap. Rory recap.
I'll get canceled if I do one on Sunday night. I will.
Yeah,
Oh.
Angela will be in like rare form
Yeah.
and just pissed off from the weekend.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say.
I'll be chain smoking. I'll have 4 dips in, and I'll
And a
have,
bottle of whiskey in
I'll have
hand,
a bottle of whiskey.
empty.
Yeah, I'll be. Yeah, you won't be able to stop me.
You
So,
have
yeah.
to wear that shirt to the after party.
Oh, yeah.
Just offend.
Sleeves off.
Yeah. Just offend people.
Just a stringer, just the nipple.
Just the
cover my
nipple.
nipples. Cut it right there. Yeah,
has to go
just,
around it,
Yeah,
though.
just the. Oh yeah.
All right.
Come see us at the games.
Yeah, come on.
Let's go.
Yep.
Peace. Mayhem is coming to Madison. MayhemInMadison.com or Mayhem in Madison 23 on Instagram.